Careful. Why isn't it going live? I'm trying to start live.
So Saturday we're busy.
So, hope you can hear that, everybody. Trying to get Facebook up. Not doing very successfully with it, though. It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Oh no. I can't get my live to go. Okay, so I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Just give me a second. I'm going to go live on my Facebook page. We will get this show on the way. Ooh, I'm excited. Starting live. On my other phone, I need my notes. All right, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing something new. I'm going to turn this down. I like the disco stuff once in a while. You know what I mean? Kind of fun. All right. How is everybody tonight? Woohoo! It is Thursday night, live at 5, and I'm a couple minutes late. That's okay. I will just catch up. And YouTube's delayed about 5 seconds anyway, so it's 5 o'clock finally on YouTube. Anyway, my name is ILAH Brock. This is Most Things Hypnosis, and we are going to have an amazing show for you tonight. And I say we, I mean me, myself, and I. I'm just a team of 3, all in my tiny little head. Okay, maybe some big head, whatever. But anyway, welcome. And yes, I want a real quick shout out to the amazing heart of the people in Ukraine. And prayers are just from even my own household and my family and my team and my group. And it's just, it breaks my heart to see what's going on over there so unnecessarily. And I have friends who are from there. They're here in the United States that have family there, and they're trying to figure out how to help their family stay safe and such. So anyway, anyone who's watching, Ukrainian, my friends, my heart and my energy and whatever it is that I can provide to just whatever solace, it's going to, you guys will victor. You guys will be a victor in all of this. I have absolute confidence. Okay, now let's get on with the show. I don't want to sadden anybody. Today's show, why is it so difficult to make a change? That's like, that could be hard. Before we can do that, I want to see if I can do the whiteboard. Oh, I don't know if I can do the whiteboard. Ah, darn it. I don't know how to do the whiteboard. I know it's on here. Let's see, advanced sharing. Ooh, wait a minute. share. Oh, I was looking at this wrong screen. There's a whiteboard. Oh, how fun. I've never done the whiteboard before. This ought to be fun. Okay, so how do we do this? I'm gonna make sure, oh, I'm gonna make this bigger. Oh, darn it. Okay. I only want you guys to see my, no, sorry, Facebook. I'm trying to let you guys see me at the same time. Okay, so if I can just make this, oh, there we go, the whole screen. I don't want you to see my desktop, it's all a mess. Okay, so if I apologize if I don't get a lot of your questions or anything, but don't worry, I will do my best. I will. Oh, hi, Deborah. How are you? I forgot your sign name. Yes, I'm a sign language interpreter a little bit, but it's good to see you on Facebook. Thank you for joining. And I'm sorry it's not interpreted today. Forgive me. I wasn't ready for that. But really, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Okay. So the first thing I want to explain, look at now I'm going into sign language mode. Whew, I'm going to need my hands for this. The first thing I want to explain is a theory. And I think even though it says theory, I think it's more than a theory, how the mind works. And this is something I learned in hypnotherapy school. So I'm going to do this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me undo that. I'm going to make this really ugly circle because I usually do this with a marker upside down. And that's not going to work either, is it? We don't even have circles here. Well, let's see. So my apologies for this circle not being, a little more circular. Okay. So let's just pretend that this is our mind. I'm going to set this up a little bit. And this big part right here, this big part is called our subconscious mind right here. This whole big area right in here. And this up here, okay, then that, deductive reasoning, this is our conscious mind. Our conscious mind, 12% people of our brain power. That's it. Some people say 10, some people say 5, whatever, but we'll go with 12, kind of split hairs. That means down here in this big area, it's 88% brain power of our subconscious mind. Now, I do have a little dog and she does like to bark once in a while. So if the mailman shows up, she'll be making her appearance. Okay, so we've got this. Those of you that are on live, I apologize. I don't know if you can see it, but I am on Zoom. And in my Facebook page, you'll be able to catch the Zoom link so you can see what it is I'm drawing. I'm making this I don't even know if you can see that. Oh no, you know what? You can't because I'm live here. Sorry. Oh, do I have a reverse thingy? Do I have a reverse? Oh, there we go. Maybe oh, there it is. See? Okay, so you have this big circle right here. This is the subconscious mind. And of course, the conscious mind. This is 12% of our brain power. This here is 88% of our brain power. I'm going to switch it back. I'll go back and forth. Let me bring it back here. Okay. So in our subconscious mind, at the base of the back, it's called what they call a primitive mind. Sorry, I'm going to get rid of that noise. Primitive mind, or that part of our brain that I call it our danger alerter, if you will. It's where we house fight or flight, right in this little area. So imagine walking down a dark alleyway at night and you hear footsteps behind you. What's going to happen? Ooh, that's a really ugly looking F. Sorry, folks. I really wish I had my mouse with me. I'm doing this on the pad thingy. So you're walking down the alley. It's dark. You hear footsteps behind you. Your breathing will become labored. Your heartbeat's going to race. Adrenaline, cortisol is going to hit your body and blood, veins, and all that. It's all going to be there. And well, then what happens? Your body, within a few milliseconds, is going into a state of fight or flight. In that state, you don't know what's behind you in that dark alley. You don't know what those footsteps mean. If it's somebody, a friend or foe, you're maybe even making fists, your muscles are going to tighten. You don't know what's going on. So that's your warning mechanism that your body has. You can't control it. It's just automatic. Go with it. It's there to protect you. If you're living in the jungle of the Amazons and you are trying to sleep inside of a tree and you hear noises, it's going to alert you. You can't control it and you don't want it to. You want it there to protect yourself. Okay. So let me give you a picture of that. So those of you that are on my Facebook live. So this is me trying to draw it with my little, finger mouse here, and I'm not doing a very good job of it because, I'm not. So anyway, okay. So what happens in this big circle, and you got this 88% down here, the subconscious mind. When a child is born, you're born until about age 8. So now you are till age 8. So in this big part, thinking of an iceberg, what you see on top is not even, it's just 1/10 of the size of what you see that's underneath. Everything that goes into the subconscious mind is called, it's an absolute truth to the subconscious mind. So we're like 8-year-olds walking around in adult bodies, but it's absolutely true. And one way to share that or explain that is Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy are things that children will believe because that's what we teach them. That's what we share. You can teach a child, this is, Mumbo Dogface in the Banana Patch. Anything. A child will believe anything you tell them up until the age of reason. And about age 8, sometimes 7, sometimes 9. So we'll say 8. Everything is truth to a child, and all these truths, some of them are negative, some of them are positive. And there's like, by the time you're 8 years old, there's a gazillion of them in here, and they're always building. Some of them are habitual, whatever. There are just a lot of them in there. I call these things, or I was taught to call them, but I call these things knowns, things that the subconscious mind knows. And so, I've put a few little positives and negatives, but there's like a gazillion of these positives and negatives that are in the subconscious mind as it just starts to learn and take in. And this is your brain energy. So a positive consciously is I like chocolate, I like hugs. A negative would be I don't like my timeouts. I don't want to go to bed at 8. I want to go to bed at 9, or anything that consciously we know is negative. But anything that's in the subconscious mind brings emotional pleasure to the subconscious mind. It doesn't matter if it's a negative or a positive. So after about age 8, there's this filter, because before there was no filter. That's why everything goes in the subconscious mind is truth, complete truth, objective, period. So now you've got this filter that's between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Up here we have, in our conscious mind, it's where we decide or make decisions. This is where we reason. Oh, this is my really freaky R trying to do this. I need a pen mouse. Where we analyze. We use our ever-failing willpower and our logic to make a change. Isn't that wonderful? So now a child, 8, 9 years old, they're learning as they grow. Santa Claus, really? I know, Mom, you put that money underneath my pillow when I lost my tooth. There's no possible way that you could have that a tooth fairy, really, Mom? Come on. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around real quick, let you guys see what I've drawn. So here we've got decide, reason, analyze, ever-failing willpower, logic in this filter. Here's the filter right here that we have. So it's 0 to 8. We have all of these knowns that are just thrown into the subconscious mind. Every cartoon, thought, everything. It's just absolute truth and objective. And the subconscious mind creates emotional pleasure out of all of it. And it doesn't matter if it's good for us or not. And then in our conscious mind, when we try to make changes based on deciding, reasoning, analyzing, willpower, logic, it only works 12% of the time for probably 1% of the population. it's not that it doesn't work. It's just it's more discipline. Okay. So let's say we have to make a change. Again, if you guys want to go to my Facebook page, there's a Zoom link. You can come on board and watch this on Zoom. So we're going to make a change. We're going to just take that change. We're going to make a decision. And it's like, let me just decide. Let's say I'm 30 years old now, and I've been smoking for 15 of them. And I want to quit smoking now. Excuse me. I want to quit smoking. So again, we're going back here. I'm going to put this thought in right here. I'm going to quit smoking. But in the subconscious mind, smoking brings us emotional pleasure. Why would it ever let you quit? Oh, I don't think so. So when you have emotional pleasure and you're trying to take it away from the subconscious mind, it's going to defend. So it feels threatened. It's going to defend. As it defends it, you're going to continue to smoke. If you are preparing to go before the board and do a board meeting, and you have to give a presentation, and let's say public speaking is just not your thing, well, you're in the bathroom and you've got profuse sweating, you're vomiting and other issues, and then there's nobody there, and you don't understand why you're feeling so sick before this board meeting. But what happened is, maybe when you were in the 3rd grade or whatever, you had to give a book report and you got laughed at. You may or may not even remember that, and it doesn't matter. Subconscious mind knows and remembers. And it's defending you from public speaking because it has a fear. Now, if we have no fear, no experience behind it, you can get in front of, whatever the board. You're going to be nervous, and that's acceptable. Nervous is fine. Be nervous. The thing is, that nervousness will start to dissipate as you present and do your presentation. I'm not saying this is a tried and true, oh, well, then I must not have any fear if I can get in front of people. I've had lots of opportunity in my past where getting up in front of people did not turn out the way I wanted it, but I've never allowed it to create a fear, because I like getting up in front of people, and I like performing, and I like talking and teaching, etc., as I'm sure you all cannot tell. So when you get a thought, somebody who smoked, I'm going to quit, and it just kicks out because there's nothing to associate that known emotional pleasure of quit smoking. No, we don't have quit smoking. No, we are not smoke free. We smoke. What do you think you're doing? If you allow me to personify and do a low role play, the subconscious mind's like, what do you think you're doing? No, smoke. And that's where that struggle, not only is the withdrawals from the nicotine are happening, but there's an internal struggle because now the subconscious mind doesn't have that emotional pleasure. If you're going into sobriety and you're working on trying to just stop drinking alcohol or meth, stop smoking, but whatever any of your substances that you are addicted to. Some people are just simply addicted to soda. Now, I'm not addicted. I drink club soda. I know people think I'm weird because there's no flavor in it whatsoever, but I like the bubbles, so I don't drink Coke anymore. I replace it with that. But people who are addicted to soda pop or anything like that, that brings an element of emotional pleasure to the subconscious mind, and it's going to feel threatened when you stop. And it's going to give you that tug of war when you're trying to go. So then you're going, I'm sorry, excuse me, my boyfriend's walking around. I think he's trying to say goodbye to me, and I'll see you. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll stay together. Goodbye, Michael. I'll have him on the show soon enough. Like, who's Michael? I'll show you, the most amazing guy in the whole world. Anyway, let me go back to being your subconscious mind being threatened, and you want to defend it. So now you're defending it. You're not, it's defending anything you want to change. And that's why change can be so difficult. Anything that you're doing that's bringing emotional pleasure to the subconscious mind, it's going to defend that when it feels threatened. So how do you fix it? Well, I help people with hypnosis. In that hypnotic state, which I'll go over in just a minute, hypnosis is not harmful. You're doing it right, especially. I'm not trying to make somebody do something that they wouldn't do outside of hypnosis. All I'm doing is helping people make the change that they want. So if they want to quit smoking, so I will have their subconscious mind believe that they're already smoke free. So now they're going to defend that emotional pleasure as smoke free. Somebody who's addicted to soda pop will do some other techniques like EFT or swish or whatever. And then in hypnosis, drop that and reinforce that subjective mind that they're going to be reinforce that. Now it will start to defend it when it gets threatened, when you're not doing the behavior you're trying to fix. So that's really the basis of, trying to get some change done. It's difficult because we always want to go back to what we call homeostasis, that drive to keep things the same. When your body wants to stay in homeostasis, it's going to, like right now, my temperature is fine, my breathing's fine, my oxygen levels are fine, the blood flow is fine. But if I had a fever right now, I would not be fine, and I would be out of what we call homeostasis. So we don't want to be in that. We want to be in a homeostasis mode, if you will. So what happens, comfort zone is another word you can use for it. So you're in comfort zone. So anytime you're out of that, the body and the mind or the emotions are kind of go whack a little bit, and they're going to tug at you to go back to where it was. But consciously going back to where it was didn't feel too good. You didn't want to be there anyway, but the change is like, it's such a struggle. Sometimes it can emotionally hurt to make that change. People who are in grief for a really long time, in one of the stages, I think, is sadness, there's anger, they can be back and forth until acceptance hits as a regular thing. And the hypnotic state, I'm going to help you with focusing. Now, there is a grief. You have to allow those emotions to process so that you can process through that grief. Emotions good, emotions bad, it doesn't matter. It's all got to process. It's like one of my trainers, Joe, said, it's like a bird flying through the sky. We're the sky. The bird is the emotion. Emotions are energy in motion. The bird is flying through the sky. Does the sky grab a hold of the bird? No, it just flows through. And that's how our emotions should move too. Checking your emotions. So when you're feeling that, my anxiety hits me at the gut level, right in my gut. So whenever I feel anxious, I immediately have to just examine what is it. Now, one of my colleagues, bless her heart, a great comedian, she had said something a long time ago, and I've always remembered it. She goes, whatever it is that you're experiencing, here's what I'm experiencing. So look behind it. What's behind that? Whatever's behind it. What's been going on? Also, what did I eat recently? Is that causing me some anxiety? If I had something, too many club sodas or too many beers, an extra glass of wine, whatever, I don't know. I'm hoping that we think it's going to relax us, and it's not. People who smoke, they're just going to have a cigarette so they can be relaxed, but now they're just an anxious person who smokes. Good health requires a good diet. If you want to be in good health, you need a good diet. Get a dietitian, get somebody to help you with that good diet of your intake. And I'm getting to that point. But just as your physical body needs a healthy diet, shouldn't your mental health also need a healthy diet as well? So people who watch a lot of what they call horror movies. Oh, I hate horror movies. I've seen a few. I'm not real thrilled with them. And anytime I do watch a horror movie, it's got to be 3 p.m. so that I can spend the rest of the evening going through and watching funny stuff. So when I go to bed, I'm not, because I'm very, my imagination gets away with me. So, but how do I want to go through that? So I don't, before it's about other people, how much I love my husband. I'm not married. My boyfriend. Okay, that was a Freudian slip. Sorry, don't tell Michael. Anyway, But I just write down all the good that's happened. And sometimes it's 1 or 2 sentences, and sometimes it's the whole page. And then I write a daily affirmation that, right now I'm continually working on my wealth success. And I'm not talking just about cash money, just a consistent flow of abundance, if you will, however that's going to look. I don't know how it happens. I don't know. It's none of my business. I'm just trying to go with the flow of how it happens. Change is not an easy thing, but it's a doable thing. And through the power of hypnotherapy, you can actually make some changes in your behavior that you didn't even know existed. The clients that I've been able to help, oh my gosh, some of them have been in anger for decades and decades and decades. In 4 sessions, it's like their whole life changed. They just got rid of that anger that doesn't live there anymore. The modalities that I've gotten to learn and be trained on, I'm able to take those modalities and use them to help my clients. Hi, Rosalinda. Hi, who else is there? Rosalinda's on there twice. Frida, David, Naomi. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want anyone to think that I'm forgetting anybody. Who else have we got? Deborah, I already said hi. Noemi, I apologize. I mispresented that. Who else? And Farida. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, forgive me. And you, like I said, you can go to Facebook and look at the Zoom link, and always join me on Zoom link. So, because on the Zoom link, I actually have the whiteboard that I'm badly drawing this on, but change, and it's about change. And this will be up on YouTube later on today as well. So you can see it there too, because that's where I actually join in from. Does anybody have questions? By all means, just contact me. I heard somebody say this. I don't even remember where I heard this from, but this, I don't know if it was a book I read or, but it was about habits. It's about change, but it says anything going on in your life that's negative, it has a time limit. And I thought, I kind of pondered that one. Some of us drag on that time limit for a really long time because we love our misery. So doesn't the same token, there's anything going on in your life that's positive, it would also have a time limit, and that time limit can drag on and on and on. Let it. Why? Living in misery or living in sadness or living in negativity of any kind, in anger, it just produces more. So I want to produce the endorphins. I want to produce more dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good hormones. I want those to be at a consistent level daily. I want to keep my insulin levels stabilized and in as good a health as I know how to be. As I continually work on that. Change, for me, change is my biggest issue with change for me. Biggest personal issue is my eating habits. I'm not consistent on a daily regimen of eating. There is a program that a colleague and my mentor, Susie Kappas, had recommended when she had certified me in my weight reduction with hypnotherapy. It's called Bright Line. There's 4 bright lines, and the lady who wrote it, I believe she was a meth addict for some time. But anyway, there are 4 bright, that's a very regimented, very strict program. And I'm thinking about it because it's a way of life. It's not something that I would just decide for 6 months and then go back to the way I used to eat. That's not what I want to do. I want to change my eating, eat to live, don't live to eat kind of thing. Anyway, so with this big circle, our mind, our positive and negative message units that get in the psychology world, they call them schemas. It's all the same thing. These are things that the subconscious mind knows. And then we get a filter after about age 8 or so that now there's a filter. Now there's things that are going through that are like, questioning why, what, the doubt, things that start to come in our conscious mind. That's why people think I can't be hypnotized. Yeah, you can. There's maybe 1 in a billion that can't be. And I don't even know how many clients I've had, hundreds, thousands, a lot. And everyone has been hypnotized, every one of them. So what is hypnosis? Before I close out this wonderful show, because I have another meeting. My day is full of meetings. The hypnosis is just a heightened state of awareness. It just allows you to let go of your inhibitions and let your mind and body relax in a state of hyper awareness. You lose a sense of time distortion, but you're very aware, you're very awake. You're in that theta wave, brain wave, not the delta where we go to sleep, but that theta, right in between theta and delta, right in that theta wave. It's like you've ever like dozed off. You can still hear everything that's going on, but you're dozing off. That's the state I'm talking. You still know what's going on, but you're just very relaxed. And in a minute now, you'll just hit down into that sleep state. You cannot be hypnotized in your sleep. We're in and out of a state of hypnosis every day. Just when we wake up, just before we go to sleep, when we're driving on the road, perhaps our mental hypnosis, when we're oblivious to everything around us and we're so focused, daydreaming, reading a book, watching a movie, all of that is a hypnotic state for, that all of that is. So when we're in these states of hypnosis, that's when suggestions can start to come into our mind to affect change. We want changes that are positive. We want changes that are good for us, and they help us, and they make a domino effect, continuing as the domino effect continues to help other areas of our life. So our subconscious mind knows when I become emotionally mature in this area, it just automatically helps me become emotionally mature in an area I didn't even know I needed. So, and I've watched this happen with me over and over again. And there's so many recommendations on resources that I can share with you. And one of them is the Untethered Soul by Mike Singer. It's a really good small, it's not a big book. You can get on audio too. That has some profound information on our mind and how it works. Joseph Murphy is an author. He's got many books out there on how the mind works. And for my wonderful, amazing Christian Bible thumping friends, Joseph Murphy uses scripture to help explain, not twist. He explains how the mind works and how the Bible uses it's in trance is in our subconscious, in our Old Testament. If you look at it, even in the news, stuff like that. So just knowing that the change happens. We're in it for good, and why not be in it for good? If you have anger, if you have issues with sadness, if you have trying to level up, you have limiting beliefs, I get to help people. My email is on my Zoom right there in the bottom corner, ILAH@centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com. I am more than happy to talk to you on a free consultation. Sometimes my consultations are 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes they're 40, 45 minutes. It just depends. I had a lady call me today about a family member who's very sick, and they just needed to be able to sleep. And so, and I was supposed to send her a sleep request. I didn't even book her as a client, and not at this point. I wanted to see if what I can do. So I have, and I recommend it, those of you who are hypnotherapists, have yourself a ready-made, generic sleep recording that's 20, 25 minutes long. And you can just send it to people freely so they can at least know what it's about, the relaxation part. I don't use the word hypnosis in it. They haven't signed my disclosure. There's no contract. It's just a relaxation guided meditation, but it's an opportunity to explain who you are. It's kind of a calling card, if you will. So I was all over the place tonight, but that's okay, because that's who I am. I'm just me, and I like me. I like me a lot, and I have fun with me. Thank you all so much for joining in. I'm going to close this out. Again, I do have another meeting in about a half an hour. I got to go drive to and go, share my life with them. Anyway, I'll be back again next Thursday. I didn't advertise this on Monday like I had hoped. I am happily and excited that I have the problem of just being busy with my job, my career, my life. It's a good problem to have, and I absolutely love it. So it has taken me a few years to get here, but I'm and there's been a lot of struggles. I'm not saying I'm there. I don't know if I ever will be where, I'm thinking, but that's okay because I stretch myself even further, just enjoying the ride while I get to ride it. And it's a lot of fun. And I love it. I love what I get to do. Again, if you have any questions or whatever, I don't see any in the chat. I don't see any on my phone. By all means, put them in the comments, direct message me from Facebook, centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com. You can contact me that way. My phone number is in the link in the Facebook page. Or share your thoughts, hey, what about this and that? If you have a great idea for a show, my show, Most Things Hypnosis, because not everything I do has to do with hypnosis. Or if you have something you would like to be, I'm happy to have you on my show with me to, if you'd like to be, to share what you would like, maybe we can have a little interview on that. That's fine. It could be a 15-minute one, or if you have enough content for a full hour, I'm good with that. So take care, everybody. Love y'all. Thank you all for joining me, everybody. I'm so happy to see, followers. It's awesome. And it makes me feel good. And that, share the love. If you know somebody that is, tell them about Most Things Hypnosis live at 5 every Thursday. I'm planning on it staying at that time every Thursday, 5 o'clock. So I just work my life around that because that's just where I started and people are getting used to it. I was off for a couple of weeks back in January, February, because I had COVID, and I think I did a show a little bit about that, but I'm much better now. That long COVID thing is, I think, pretty much dissipated. So it does finally go away. Okay. Anyway, take care, everybody, and I will look forward to speaking or seeing you or talking, chatting, whatever. Give me your feedback. Take care, everyone, and I'm ending this and now. So this one's going down. Then Facebook. Okay, bye, Facebook. I love you.